Hey, howdy, friends. It's Steve DePoe here with the Rose Realty team with this week's Real Estate Live for North Texas. Hey, today we're going to get a little local and we're going to start drilling down in detail a little bit. Today's topic is 5 things to do in Denton. Denton's a great place. You'll see well when we start to get into the vlog. But there's a lot of fun things to do. I hope you enjoy it. Before we get into that, though, hey, if you could subscribe to our YouTube channel, you see there right on the screen, youtube.com/@movingtodallas. Like us, subscribe to us, no charge, obviously, and you'll get updates when we update the channel, when new videos come on board. It really when you come down to it, it'll help us out a lot. So really thank you and really appreciate you. So anyway, let's get down to it. So visit the courthouse in the square in Denton. So the original courthouse was built prior to 1894, where that original courthouse was struck by lightning and burnt down. And then in 1886, they actually built and inaugurated a new one. It's really like one of those old time courthouses you see in movies. There's actually some movies that have been shot there. And then it was restored again. The original courthouse, built in 1886, was refurbished again in 2002. And they used the original blueprints, so they just refurbished it and updated it and stuff. But really, really great, really neat. That's right behind me here. Really a neat kind of artifact about yesteryear, you may want to call it. Live music in Denton. Music in Denton has got to be what it's like in Nashville. It's just got to be a lot of live music. Music is really almost part of Denton. Okay, you go to Steve's Wine Bar. Steve's Wine Bar #1 is phenomenal because they've got a lot of these. I'm going to call them unique wines. I don't know where Steve gets them, but he brings in a lot of these unique wines. They have a lot of nice tastings, and then on the weekends, I think starting Thursday, and then I think Friday, Saturday, Sunday, they have live music there. Anything from jazz to kind of soft rock kind of thing. Steve's Wine Bar is a great place to go, a great place to hang out. There's also Dan Silverleaf and Andy's Bar also having a light, kind of live music during the course of the week. Now, during the course of the year, we have these music festivals. There's the Street Pop Festival. There's the Arts and Jazz Festival. Or there's the karaoke at the Harvest House. So Denton's really all about music. It's really a lot of fun, really a fun place. And part of that's probably we have a nice mix of college crowd here, and in Denton. So Denton is really all about music. Pilot Point Park, so that kind of overlooks or is adjacent to Lake Louisville. All kinds of fun things to do there. So if you're an outdoor kind of enthusiast, there's lakeside camping, stargazing, kayaking, boating, all that kind of stuff right out of Pilot Point Park. Really a nice outdoor activity-ish type of place. Texas, and especially Denton County, sets a lot of acreage aside for soccer fields and softball and baseball fields, those types of things. Not to mention the football fields for the high schools and et cetera. But it's really great that they also set aside things like Pilot Point Park, for the Dentonite, to go and enjoy and spend some time outside. Local brews. Now this is actually really cool. For example, Western Sun, which is a vodka, if you didn't know, it's actually brewed. I don't know if brewed is the exact correct word for a vodka, but made right here in Denton. Western Sun happens to be one of my favorite vodkas. Don't tell anybody that. There's also Noble Wolf vodka. There's also a number of wineries that that make and sell their wine out of Denton. And also there's Denton County Brewing Company, which is a beer, brews their beer out of the city of Denton. So kind of catching a thing here, right? It's like the music scene and a little bit of adult beverage. Denton's a real fun place to be. Hey, recycled books. Interesting stuff about recycled books. So right now, recycled books, they have, old and recycled books, CDs, LPs, those types of things. But the neat thing about this particular the building, you can see it there in the picture. It was built in 1849. Now, what happened was the courthouse was struck by lightning and burned down, and it had to be demolished. Okay, so this guy Wright took those bricks from the original Denton courthouse and built the Wright Opera House. Okay, now his idea, he was a retired rancher in the area, and his idea was to bring in shows and musicals and concerts for the I guess that'd be the 1900s, concerts and those types of things, right? And make it sort of an entertainment venue. Well, that did kind of okay until about 1913 or so, when actually talkie movies came out, and so this kind of like drove them down. They tried to kind of revitalize themselves back in it was like 1918. They tried to kind of come back, didn't quite work out, and so they changed hands between 1918 and around 1990. They kind of changed hands a lot of times. There was a department store, there was an office building, more department stores, supply store, and then back in 1990, Recycled Books took over, right, for the bibliophile at the time, and it was basically just a bookstore. But now it's they call it Recycled Books. Which is a combination of the older books that they have, plus also the fact that the building was recycled from the old courthouse. Really a unique thing. Again, it's one of those things about Denton and the section of Denton that makes you think about the Old West. Okay, so you kind of watch some of those, even though they were filmed here, you kind of watch some of those Yellowstone takeoffs, and kind of see that old Western kind of town. That was Weatherford, Texas, which isn't far from here. But you see kind of those, kind of like old streets and shops and stuff like that. Parts of Denton are really like that, and it's really sort of unique and kind of cool to basically a simpler time. Hey, I hope you kind of enjoyed that. I kind of enjoyed looking up those facts of Denton. Next week, we're going to talk about 5 hidden facts that you didn't know about Denton. Hope you come and watch. Hey, this is Steve. I am with the Rose Realty team. I'm out.